very deceptive nature that makes us cruel and greedy in our interactions with others. That's when there is no God in our lives. But look at the contrast. But when there is God, you end up fixing your mind on a higher power. And when we go to mainstream America, they don't like to say God, because some religions don't accept the word God. Some may have Allah, some may have Yahweh, some may have Jehovah, some may have Baha'u'llah, some may have other names. So they don't want to use a name that is responsive only to one religion. And that's the sad thing about religion. It has become the most divisive force in our lives. So they say a higher power, which no religion exclusively claims. So, but whatever it is, with God, you can fix your mind on a higher power that rules this universe. The same power that makes the earth not fall down in space and go around the sun, and also the same power that allows for gravity to keep the moon within orbit, that it can go around the earth and nothing would fall down, and it would go on for 14 long divisions of time that we call Manvantara, which you will study in the Panchang from next Thursday. You will study all of this. How does the Ved describe one cycle of creation into 14 divisions of time, each called by a certain name, and each one of those 14 is broken up into 71 or 72, I'm not sure right now, and each one of those 72 is broken down into 4 regular ages, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and Kaliyug. Come and study this. You know what? You'll be able to fix your mind on God. And not only that, when you fix your mind, when you have somebody you love, then with love comes surrender. When you love somebody, especially God, and you say, chant with me, Om Namaha Shambhavaya Mayo Namaha Mayas Namaha Shivataraya. When you love somebody, in this mantra every Sunday, we tell God, God, I love my house because it gives me shelter and comfort, but I love you more, God, because this house will leave me when I die, when the so-called dying process comes about. The house will leave me, or I will leave the house, but we'll be separated. But God, when I leave this body, and I either go to Mukti or I go to another body, Vedas tell me that you're in the tightest embrace with me, Master. You never leave me. God, you never leave me. You talk well to me for 10 years, and then from the 11th year, you're ready to curse me out. No, God, you don't do that to me. Despite whatever my supposed limitations may be, you always hug me, Master, and so I can surrender my life to you. And not only that, when you love somebody, and you look at the psychology here, when you love somebody and you surrender yourself to that somebody, you talk about that somebody all the time. You ask the young ladies and young men who fall in love. They go tell their friends, oh, he's this and he's that, or she's this and she's that. She has nice teeth and she has nice cheeks and she has long hair and she walks nice, and when she buys a new shoes, oh God, she looks great, and you talk about her all the time. Same thing with God. When you focus on God, you end up loving God. When you end up loving God, you end up surrendering to God. When you surrender to God, you end up talking about God. And the result is, you become, you tell me two adjectives, you become contented, and the next one, happy. Jinke hirday prabhu naam base. I want you to sing with me. All of you online, Sanjeev, focus on the screen, that the whole world see. Narak naam liyan जिनके हृदय प्रभु नाम बसे, तीन और को नाम लियो न लियो, जिनके हृदय प्रभु नाम बसे. Low music. When you have God in you, you don't need to go to anybody else when you need help. You don't need to call upon anybody else's name. You only call His name all the time. And you say, Om Paramatma, or whatever name you know, that's the only name that you call upon. And it helps you to stand up and to be counted. Let's go again. Da da da, da 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 da, जिनके हृदय प्रभु नाम बसे तीन और जिनके हृदय प्रभु नाम जिन घर सतसंग की गंगा बहे तीन गंगानी रपियो न पियो जिन काम किए परमारथ के तीन हाथ सुदान न दियो जिन मात पिता वेरी नाइस की सेवा अगेन जिन मात पिता की सेवा की तीन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न कियो तीन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न कियो जिनके हृदय प्रभु नाम Gone are the days when the Pandit alone reads the jug. I've said this umpteen times, and the days are here when the audience is helped and facilitated to read the jug themselves. Let me ask you with a loud voice, would all of you please read for the sake of your children too? Would you, and all of you online, read the blue portions for me please. Would you please begin? A person, loud and clear. For help when he has God's name
constantly in
his
his heart.
I know one of our sisters here who has proven this to be, I don't want to call her name because I don't want to single one out against others, but she constantly psychologically connects with God, and she prays to God. Even when things do not come her way, you don't only praise God when you're happy. You don't take a tablet when you are without a headache. And I'm sorry to quote that example, but you take a whiz or a Fensic or what you have now, buffering, when you have a headache. All right? When you're in pain, you must call God's name. And when you're out of pain, you must also call God's name so that pain never again comes. That's why we say, chant this with me. Bhuyishtante. Continue. It means again and again, O God, we offer you words of praise and salutation, and we hold on to the helm of your coat so that we may never be separated from you. And when you're never separated from God, His name comes naturally to your lips. Read the next blue for me, please, if you can. By Fred Suk, they would really like to hear your voice. Begin. A person.
Person doesn't need to drink water from sacred rivers
when the river of satsang flows. You know what? Take your Atmagit, take your Hawan book, take your Bhajan book, and sit down and sing with your children. Mera Deepak जुग जुग जले जुग प्रकाश फहराए. Sing with your kids. Do satsang. Now when Panditji comes once a year, then you shut down your whole daily schedule and you do a Bhaisat. We had a big Hawan. And all Bhaisat, a lot of people came and they spoke so highly about the food. It was all tasty, and people whom I never saw for years. And I hear nobody make mention of the mantras touching the core of their being. And their Hawan is nice because people dressed nice and the food was tasty and the place dressed up nice and lots of chairs were put and people were comfortable and everybody say, "Gal, the food tastes good." That's sad. We need now to, that's good. Well, we need now to move on and to allow the Ganga, Ved Ganga, knowledge Ganga to flow in the midst of our home. Watch me. When you take your two hands like that and you pull up some water of knowledge and you drink that water, it goes inside and it cools the inside and it quenches the inside. You don't need to go to a river to go.